Hello and welcome everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to my Game of Thrones Legends mobile game content. So today I want to get this news out there so that you guys are aware. They have published a hotfix on Alicent, one of the characters that they utterly destroyed about a week ago. We've been living in the backlash of the post-Alicent destruction for the last few days, and it's been terrible. And I think they finally get it that people were not happy about this, and they have released an update to kind of bring her back up a little bit stronger than where they totally took her down and destroyed her. So on the iOS App Store, the update says, prepare yourself for battle with the latest release. Coming soon, prepare yourself to conquer Winterfell in the all-new Battle of the Bastards quest. That starts in 2 days, on Thursday. So that's going to be a new event that we get, and I guess they probably needed to put in some more content for that in this, so they use this as a mechanic to get it in there. And enjoy a smoother PvP experience with matchmaking upgrades. Add might to your roster with a new set of champions, and put your roster building skills to the test with a new set of ally gems. So this is going to be version 1.0.183, and that's what it is on the iOS App Store. Not really sure what it is for Google and Google Play, because I'm not an Android user, so I'm not really sure. But on the link to the hotfix patch notes that they posted just like 30 minutes ago, and I want to give a shout out to my boy Lil C. He's the one that brought this to my attention. He's also a content creator for Game of Thrones Legends, so if you like this video, then go check him out as well. Thanks man, I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. But on the patch notes, September 10th, which is today, they said, greetings house leaders, we've recently made some crucial updates to the game. They've did some tuning, campaign tuning. Some of the end chapter rewards have been improved. Okay, so that's been a big issue in my house and on my Discord. People have been losing their minds over this because they have been giving new players a lot more rewards than we got when we first did our campaign. And we're not really sure how that was going to get all straightened out. One of my Discord members and my right-hand man de facto, he kind of figured out that there were certain checkpoints that as established players would play, they would kind of make it up to you and give you just a little bit more summon tokens here and there. And that kind of softened the blow a little bit. If you're in the situation I'm in, though, it didn't really do me a lot of good, though, because I already pushed the campaign so far to such a high power level that I don't have the ability to beat any more chapters right now. So I'm not really seeing those catch-up rewards, and it sucks because I can't just reset my campaign and go back and do it again. You know, I'm stuck basically at this point until I increase the power of my team quite a bit to be able to push through to some more rewards. But anyway, that's just growing pains of these updates. I guess I'll figure it out at some point. Champion tuning. So this is the big deal right here. Alicent Hightower, the Queen Dowager, they have changed her stamina ability. Alicent's primary heal was 1.5 to 2.46%. It is now 10 to 25%. So they've greatly increased her primary heal, because I'm telling you, it was destroyed. It went from totally healing a character from total heal to doing 500-600 points of health heal, and that's just not sufficient. It just made her useless. So it's going to take some trial and error to see how this plays out, but hopefully that's a big enough of an increase to put her back to being usable. Because right now, all the work we put into our Alicents, she just was useless. We can't even use her anymore the way she was. She had no place in any build whatsoever. Now, maybe, we'll see. Alicent's triage healing was 1.75% to 8.23. It's now 25 to 40%. So that's definitely an increase, and we'll just have to, like I said, we're just going to have to play with it and see how it feels. They say after fixing a bug with her in the last patch that heavily destabilized the balance of champions in the game, her healing became much weaker than it should have been. You think? We are now bringing Alicent's healing back up to a desired level and will continue to monitor her performance. Yeah, I mean, they should have never have let this come out of beta. They had a year's worth of beta testing to get this stuff right, and why could they not have caught that before the game released? I have a hard time excusing that. I'm sorry, I just really do. Passive ability. Alicent's passive could remove debuffs 30 to 40% of the time. It has been reduced to 25 to 30%. Alicent's passive used to grant Alicent Renew. When she removed a debuff, it now grants Alicent's ally Renew when she removes a debuff from them. Alicent's passive ability is deceptively powerful. 1 in 3 debuffs being converted into Renew is very powerful against certain teams. We're nerfing its reliability, but allowing Alicent to grant her allies Renew as a buff instead. This means that when Alicent is paired with tanks who can protect her, Alicent's healing has a higher potential at the cost of her debuff removal consistency. Okay, so yeah, I guess we'll just have to test this. It's going to be hard to say at this stage. She was broken so bad that it's going to be really hard to see how well she comes back from this. Her leader ability gave allies 20 to 50% defense for 2 to 4 turns. When they drop below 25 hit points, it now grants 40 to 50%. So a higher base from the bottom to the top. Defense for 2 turns when allies drop below 25%. Alicent's leader ability is meant to provide emergency burst defenses to her allies. It was struggling to do this at low star ranks, while at high star ranks it was providing the durability for too long. Okay. So when her ability, this will allow the skill to fulfill its intended purpose at all times. With Alicent's improved healing, it's also a lot easier to trigger the effect multiple times on champions, making it far more powerful than before. So let's, fingers crossed, hope that this brings Alicent back to a usable state, because I'm telling you, I almost quit the game over this whole Alicent thing. I'm not going to lie. I spent a lot of money on my Alicent because when I saw how crazy good she was, I was just like everybody else. I got to get some stars on this gal. And I spent hundreds of dollars on her. And for them to turn around and break her like they did and then just kind of blow us off whenever we submitted our support request to get some compensation back because that was ridiculous. They just blew us off and gave us canned responses, and that was not cool whatsoever. And then a few days later, I guess, after they saw how many people were actually pissed off about this, they threw a few thousand gold at us and said, "Here you go, peasants, go away now." Well, I wasn't thrilled about that, and I literally almost quit the game over it because I was gun shy and I was worried, what are they going to do in the future if they're going to continue this kind of mindset and they're going to do these kind of things just off the cuff, just break stuff that people spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on. They should not be allowed to do that. That's not fair to the player base. And I hope they've kind of learned their lesson a little bit and understood that they better do some testing on stuff before people spend a ton of money on it. I get it that you have to nerf stuff, but that wasn't a nerf. That was a complete destruction of a character. Anyway, rant off. I don't want my blood pressure to get up any higher than it already is. So yeah, I'm just going to drop that. So let's talk about the last thing here, raid tuning. The frequency of the leaderboard attacks has been adjusted from once every day to once every 3 days, providing players with more time to recover between attacks. Okay, so from once every day to once every 3 days. So that means that when you attack somebody on the leaderboard, The ability for you to then go back and attack them again will not happen again for 3 days. So that makes working through your leaderboard to get points way less of a thing. Now you're going to have to start using the search mechanic a lot more, because you're only going to be able to attack people on your board once every 3 days. That's like twice in a season, basically, because the seasons last for a little over 6 days. So you'll get to attack people twice. You know, that could be good and that could be bad. I don't know. It kind of seems like that will make it harder to keep your points up, because getting a guaranteed 30 trophies for every kill on the leaderboard was really, really nice. And it was a very, it was a very good tactic to use. But now we're going to go to the search a lot more. And I think that's what they wanted to do anyway, because they want to drive players to use the search mechanic, because they need that sync in the game. And the cost of food to allow you to do each search was a sink, what's called a sink, and it takes resources out of the game and allows people to have to build back up or spend more money. And a sink is just a normal thing that games utilize, and that's going to allow them to make that sink flow faster. So they're going to increase the shield. The shield will now activate if a player is attacked once within a 24-hour period, protecting them from trophy loss instead of twice in a 24-hour period. The shield duration is increased from 4 hours to 12 hours. So that means if you're attacked, you can't be attacked again and lose your trophies again in 12 hours instead of 4. So that's going to be pretty useful for people that have a hard time not getting beat up. I don't know really how to put it, but if you're somebody that's punching way above your class weight, and you're on a leaderboard that you probably shouldn't be on, that how that feels. You get beat up every other hour, somebody's attacking you. That'll help with that. That'll help you not feel the sting from that so much. So anyway, I just want to tell you that I'm very grateful for you being on my channel and watching my content. Wanted to get this out here to you as fast as possible, because this is something that affects the community in a big way, and I'm all about wanting to bring that information to you and learn the game better and help us all learn the game better and have more fun playing. So if you're interested in joining a Discord community, then by all means check out the link in my description and you can join mine. I have a open community where we discuss the game, we discuss mobile gaming in general. I have a few other projects that I make content for, so you're welcome to look at those as well if you're interested, like Elder Scrolls Castles and Puzzle Quest 3 and a lot of other things that I make content for is there. But mainly that Discord is focused around the Game of Thrones Legends community. And also remember, I have a house called Three-Eyed Ravens. We are a top-tier premier house, and we have one opening right now. If you're somebody that has over 350,000 power, then I would love to talk to you, because we're doing top-tier dragons right now and we could use you. So if you want to be in a house that's doing top-tier content and getting great rewards, then let me know, and you can join the Discord and then message me on the Discord to talk about joining. So thank you for watching my content. I hope you